Have you ever wondered if getting rich is more than just luck, if there's a precise, understandable method to it? What if I told you that the path to abundance isn't a mystery, but a science, as predictable and reliable as any other law of the universe? Today, on Visual Books, we're diving deep into Wallace D. Wattles' foundational masterpiece, The Science of Getting Rich, a book that promises to unlock the principles of prosperity for anyone willing to understand and apply them. Welcome to Visual Books. Today, we are exploring The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, a book that, though written over a century ago, holds remarkably fresh and potent insights into the nature of wealth and how to attract it. Wattles doesn't preach about hardship or complex financial strategies. Instead, he reveals a simple, yet profound, way of thinking and acting that he believes is the key to achieving financial success. He asserts that getting rich is a science, meaning it's governed by definite laws, and just as arithmetic or algebra has its rules, so too does the science of getting rich. Let's begin our journey through its transformative lessons. Chapter 1: The Right to be Rich. Wattles opens with a bold declaration: you have an absolute right to be rich. He argues that it is not only your right but also your duty to live the fullest life possible, and that can't happen without sufficient money. He challenges the notion that poverty is somehow virtuous or desirable. Instead, he posits that the best, highest, and most abundant life is the one lived with ample resources that allow you to develop your potential, express yourself creatively, and contribute meaningfully to the world. The core concept here is that wealth is not a privilege for the few, but a natural outcome of understanding and aligning with universal principles. The actionable advice is to cast aside any inherited beliefs about poverty being noble and embrace the idea that financial abundance is a good and necessary thing for your complete development. Chapter 2: The Most Important of All Things. Wattles identifies this most important thing as a specific way of thinking and doing. It's not about working harder or being more cunning, but about cultivating a certain mental attitude and taking specific, purposeful actions. He emphasizes that there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and that this substance responds to our thoughts. The key here is that our thoughts, when held with a specific kind of focused will and faith, can influence this fundamental substance to bring about the desired results. The actionable advice is to start recognizing the power of your thoughts and to begin directing them with intention towards wealth creation. Chapter 3: Is Faith Necessary? Wattles states unequivocally that faith is absolutely necessary. But he clarifies that it's not a blind faith, but a faith that is based on understanding the principles he's about to outline. This faith is the belief that the thinking stuff can be influenced by your thought, and that the methods he will present are effective. He uses the analogy of a blacksmith who believes he can shape iron by striking it with a hammer. His faith is based on his knowledge of the properties of iron and the tools he uses. Without this faith, you'll hesitate, doubt, and ultimately fail to apply the principles correctly. The actionable advice is to cultivate a deep-seated belief in the science of getting rich and in your own ability to apply its laws. Chapter 4: How to Use the Right Thinking. This chapter gets practical. Wattles explains that the right thinking involves holding a clear mental image of what you want to achieve and maintaining that vision with unwavering determination. He stresses the importance of visualization, seeing yourself already possessing the wealth you desire. This thought must be impressed upon the thinking stuff with feeling and purpose. He warns against holding the image of what you don't want, as this too can be impressed upon the creative substance. The key example is imagining yourself already rich, enjoying the benefits of wealth. The actionable advice is to practice daily visualization, holding a clear and positive mental picture of your desired financial state. Chapter 5: Living in the Right Way. This chapter is crucial for understanding that getting rich isn't just about mental activity, it's about acting in a certain way that aligns with the principles. Wattles calls this the certain way of doing. It means acting with purpose, efficiency, and a focus on making every action contribute towards your goal. It's not about rushing or being frantic, but about moving with a steady, unwavering progress. He emphasizes doing the certain thing, which is to act as if you already have what you desire and to contribute to the world in a way that brings you closer to your goal. The key concept is that your actions must be in harmony with your thoughts and your desire for wealth. The actionable advice is to approach every task with efficiency, purpose, and a confident, purposeful demeanor. Chapter 6: The Power of Gratitude. Wattles explains that gratitude is a vital component of the certain way of living. When you are grateful for what you have, you create a positive mental state that attracts more good things. Conversely, complaining or being resentful closes you off to the flow of abundance. Gratitude reinforces your faith and keeps your mind focused on the good. He uses the example of appreciating the progress you've already made, no matter how small, to build momentum. The actionable advice is to consciously practice gratitude daily, acknowledging and appreciating everything you have, both material and immaterial. Chapter 7: Thinking Rightly About the Cause. Wattles introduces the concept of the certain cause or the prime mover, a universal intelligence or energy that is the source of all things. He explains that everything that exists comes from this source and is moved by it. Your desire for wealth is also a movement of this cause. To get rich, you must harmonize your actions with this cause, meaning you must act in a way that is in line with the natural order and flow of the universe. He uses the analogy of a river flowing to the sea. It doesn't struggle, it simply follows its course. The key takeaway is that you are not battling against the universe to get rich, you are working with it. The actionable advice is to understand that your desire for wealth is a natural and positive expression of the universal creative force, and to act in accordance with its principles. Chapter 8: The Will to Attain. Wattles discusses the role of will in the science of getting rich. He distinguishes between the common will and the determined will. The common will is the ordinary will that we use for everyday decisions. The determined will, however, is a focused, unwavering will that is directed towards a specific goal, in this case, getting rich. He explains that this will isn't about forcing things or manipulating others, but about steadfastly holding your vision and refusing to be discouraged by obstacles. The key example is the will of a sculptor to complete a masterpiece, holding the vision and patiently working until it's realized. The actionable advice is to cultivate a strong, unwavering will to achieve your financial goals and to direct it with unwavering focus. Chapter 9: Reaching the Most Important Thing. This chapter emphasizes the importance of unwavering persistence and focus. Wattles reiterates that the certain way of doing is the most important thing, and that consistent application of this way of living is paramount. He advises against trying to do too many things at once or getting sidetracked by distractions. Instead, focus on doing the most important thing that needs to be done in the present moment, in the certain way. The key here is to maintain your focus on the principles and to apply them consistently in all your actions. The actionable advice is to identify the most important action you can take right now to move towards your goal and to perform it with dedicated focus and in the certain way. Chapter 10: Using the Right Means. This chapter delves into the practical application of the principles. Wattles explains that the right means refers to using the creative power of your thought to transform yourself and your circumstances. It's about impressing the thinking stuff with the image of what you want, and then acting in a way that brings it into being. He stresses that you should not try to take things from others or engage in competitive or unscrupulous practices. Instead, you create your own wealth by impressing the substance with your desire. The key example is the idea of impressing the substance with the desire for a particular business opportunity or a desired item. The actionable advice is to use your thought power consciously and purposefully to create what you desire, always focusing on creation rather than competition. Chapter 11: The Impression of the Image. Here, Wattles explains how to impress the thinking stuff with your desired image. This involves holding a clear, vivid, and emotionally charged mental picture of what you want. It's not just about seeing it, but feeling as if you already have it. He uses the analogy of a seal impressing its image onto wax. Your thought, imbued with faith and desire, is the seal, and the thinking stuff is the wax. The key is to impress this image upon the substance with a strong, unwavering conviction. The actionable advice is to regularly practice intense visualization, focusing on the feelings associated with possessing your desired wealth. Chapter 12, The Thinking of the Advanced Man. This chapter addresses the role of ambition and the desire to advance. Wattles states that you must have a desire to become more than you are. This desire for progress is what drives the certain cause forward. He explains that when you advance in your thinking and acting, you are aligning yourself with the natural tendency of the universe to grow and expand. The key concept is that your desire for growth and improvement is a positive force. The actionable advice is to embrace your ambition and to constantly seek ways to improve yourself and your circumstances. Chapter 13, When the Supply Comes to You. Wattles explains that the supply of wealth will come to you in the way that is most advantageous. It may not be in the exact form you initially envisioned, but it will be the form that best serves the purpose of bringing you what you desire. He emphasizes that you should be open to receiving wealth from unexpected sources and in unexpected ways. The key example is the story of someone who desired a specific job but instead received an even better opportunity through a chance encounter. The actionable advice is to remain open and receptive to opportunities and to trust that the universe will provide what you need in the most beneficial way. Chapter 14, The Principle of Increase. This chapter focuses on the importance of contributing more value than you receive. Wattles explains that the fundamental principle of wealth creation is that of increase. Whatever you give out to the world, whether it's goods, services, or even just positive energy, should be done in such a way that it adds value. When you add value, you naturally attract more abundance. He uses the analogy of a business that constantly improves its products and services. It naturally grows and prospers. The actionable advice is to always strive to provide more value than you are compensated for, and to look for opportunities to contribute positively to the world. Chapter 15, The Man Who Acts. This chapter is a powerful call to action. Wattles reiterates that thinking and desiring are essential, but they must be coupled with decisive, purposeful action. He stresses that you must act in a certain way, and not wait for perfect conditions or inspiration to strike. He warns against procrastination and indecision. The key is to take immediate action on the most important thing and to maintain that forward momentum. The actionable advice is to act decisively and purposefully, moving forward with confidence and unwavering commitment to your goals. Chapter 16, The Power of Increased Efficiency. Wattles explains that getting rich requires efficiency in all your actions. This means doing things in the best possible way, with the least amount of wasted effort or time. He advises you to organize your work and your thoughts to maximize your productivity. This isn't about being rushed, but about being deliberate and effective. He uses the example of a skilled craftsman who can produce high-quality work with precision and speed. The actionable advice is to constantly look for ways to improve your efficiency, both in your physical actions and in your mental processes. Chapter 17, The Certain Way of Doing the Things. This chapter brings together many of the previous concepts. Wattles emphasizes that the certain way of doing is the most crucial element. It involves acting with purpose, with faith, and with a constant focus on creating and contributing value. It's about moving forward with confidence and a deep understanding of the principles at play. He stresses that you must act with a certain knowledge that you are on the right path. The key takeaway is that consistent, purposeful action, guided by the principles of the science of getting rich, is the path to success. The actionable advice is to integrate all the principles into your daily life and to consistently act in a certain way in all your endeavors. Chapter 18, It Will Make You Rich. This final chapter is a powerful affirmation. Wattles reassures the reader that if they apply the principles faithfully and consistently, they will inevitably become rich. He emphasizes that the universe is abundant, and that by aligning yourself with its laws, you unlock this abundance. He encourages you to trust the process and to have unwavering faith in your ability to create wealth. The key is the promise of guaranteed success through the application of the science. The actionable advice is to believe in the principles, to apply them with unwavering commitment, and to know with certainty that wealth will follow. And so, the science of getting rich offers not a get-rich-quick scheme, but a profound and practical guide to transforming your financial reality. It's a journey of understanding the power of thought, the importance of faith, and the necessity of purposeful action. By embracing these principles, you can indeed unlock the doors to prosperity and live the rich, abundant life you deserve. Thank you for watching. If you found this summary helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Visual Books for more summaries, and share it with someone who would benefit.